And what about if they are here, why are they here? I mean, what are the motives of ETs, and why don't they make themselves obviously visible?
Well, ETs could be God, couldn't they? They could be overlooking us, genetically engineering us.
Which is one of the things, to get back to John Lear, that Bob Lazar told him, that the human, the human's genetics has been modified, I think he said, over 60 times over the years, and they are... I think Lear came out with a very interesting thing that he said. He said that we are containers. I think Lazar said that, that the humans are
for a
containers.
spiritual instinct.
And he said, although I don't know containers of what, but Lear claims that we're containers of souls. And that apparently the Greys, their programme is to engineer and look after the containers, and they don't have any responsibility for the soul. That's another
department.
It's another department or another race. But let's say that they are. I mean, through the abduction program, because that's if they are tinkering with our genetics, then it's via the abduction program.
And the abduction program, I go, how do you feel on the abduction program, Dale?
Well, I mean, you can look at the abduction program and the animal mutilation programs as well, because they're pretty much the same thing. You know, particularly, I mean, the movie Fire in the Sky, you know, that seems to have some pretty strong evidence in it, in that, you know, you've got 3 ordinary boys from a backwater town, lumberjacks, nothing special, leading a very ordinary life, and something extraordinary happened to them in the middle of a wilderness. And you know, this Travis Walton did turn up again, completely naked, suffering from various things. But the point is what are they tinkering with? Because I mean, there's talk about eggs being taken from women, and you know, if you've got that much technology or that much technological advancement that you can design a system for occupation of a planet, or modification of an existing ecosystem, you know, for the planet and the people that are on it, then why would you need to do primitive things like grabbing people and, you know, cutting them open with laser scalpels or whatever, and then sealing it all up afterwards and not really leaving any evidence apart from unusual marks on the skin? And I would have thought that they'd have, you know, Star Trek type technology where the whole thing could be done at a nano level with a probe of some sort.
Well, you see, I would say that they obviously can't do it at a nano level. If you could do it at a nano level, you could basically build anything, couldn't you? From absolute scratch.
You could just give a person a pill and it
we're
keeps
educated
reporting.
and advanced. Why do we go into the jungles and study chimpanzees?
Yeah, that's true.
Why do we do that? Why do we study chimpanzees? Why do we go looking at dolphins and try and talk to dolphins? Why? Because we're educated.
Yeah,
and spend all the time talking
and does it bother us cutting them open and examining them?
Correct. Yeah.
And of course, David Attenborough, you know, when he, you know, studies baboons or whatever, he always hides behind a rock. He doesn't make himself visible. Because as soon as he introduces himself into their life, their behaviour changes.
Yes.
As ours would if an ET was introduced.
Exactly true.
So there's that argument as to why they don't
and then, of course,
themselves.
You've got the other argument of the fact that 90% of the planet has a perception of some form of spiritual God. And you know, if suddenly President Obama or another president comes on TV and says these things are real, they come in peace, here is one of them standing next to me, etc. You know, we come in friendship. I think that a number of people are going to ask questions like, well, hold on, wasn't man created in God's image? So who are these guys? And does that mean that God doesn't exist? And are these people actually devils? Are they sent by the devil? And you can get this cascade of hysteria going on,
real problems,
which destabilizes a lot of people, because you know, a lot of people don't have a lot of meaning to their life without the religious element to it. It gives meaning and purpose to their lives.
Like I said to you before, Richard, if the book came there and I read the book and I found out exactly what's going on with ET, I'd probably look at that, look at the position on Earth, and I'd be like that. Put it away and forget it. You probably let it go, but I would just say, what a nightmare this. Just shut the book, put it back down and carry on.
This could cause more harm than good.
It's like, you know,
if the absolute truth was known.
If the absolute truth,
you don't know how deep it could be. It's going to be very, very deep, this subject, isn't it? Very, very deep. That's why half people don't want to know about it. They're that busy running around their lives trying to make 6 and 7 add up.
And what do you say to those people who've got a sick child and say, these people are so advanced, they must be able to save my child? No, sorry, they don't know about that. Oh, so therefore they don't want to save my child. Well, let's kill them then.
Yeah, yeah.
There's, you know, you open that Pandora's box.
Now, how do you deal with that? How do you deal? Because people are still very much emotional, aren't they?
Yeah. Sorry?
We want to know, don't we? That's
we want to know.
Well, give us 10%, we'll be happy with that. 10% of the truth, we'll be happy with that for the time being.
You see, you mentioned church, and a lot of people go to church, you know, or whatever group they belong to, for some kind of spiritual comfort. Yeah. Comfort, yeah. And for me, I just think religion is based on lies, and that's why I study UFOs, because I think the real truth lies in this subject.
You're probably right.
But the comfort that they feel is not a lie.
Yeah.
So therefore, if it's true to them, does that make it true to everyone, or does it have to be true to everyone because it's true to them? Yeah. I mean, human truth and physical truth are two different things, aren't they?
Yeah. You can let them live their lie and leave them alone, you mean?
Well, you know, if somebody can be comforted by a blanket, then why do you take it off them and say, grow up?
Yeah.
Deal with it. Just deal with it. You're 3 years old, just deal with it.
Yeah. Well, on that note, I'd like to thank both of you. It's been a fascinating discussion.
It's been great.
Dale and Jed, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you.